So this is a really embarrassing moment for me. Not that I ever have any embarrassing moments ever on the internet. Almost always a true Chad, a man who wears himself with pride in his million subscriber special, dressing up as a Boku no Pico costume, where it's basically a yaoi, or as you could say, a homosexual fantasy of an adult man and a young boy. And for some reason that got really popularized and I dressed up as that. And yeah, that's what I did. And not only have I done it once, but I've done it multiple times. Such as at Anime Expo when I failed to meet a quota that I promised myself and I punished myself. Asobi Rin called me out in the middle of her thing and I was embarrassed because I was in that costume. But no, I wasn't embarrassed. I was a true Chad wearing it with pride. A grown adult male with his bulge hanging out for everyone to see. Or maybe you could possibly be thinking of me doing some Neko ASMR. No, I feel like that's really the pinnacle of lost pause. Oh, let's not even think about the masterpiece that is How Not to Be a Tsundere. That one is just a timeless lost pause classic. Baka, 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 sexy baka. I have a tale, most riveting here, of me at my most primal, noble state, before I was even the Adonis that you see before you. I know, you're subscribing right now and hitting that like button because, oh my god, Noble, you're just so cute and so amazing. You can do no wrong. Okay, well, maybe I may have done something a little embarrassing, and that is talking to a particular female weeb. Yes, that's right. I tried to talk to female anime otakus back in the day. I know. That was my first mistake, talking to female weebs. Do they even exist? Now, I know there are female weebs out there. I happen to know precisely because my analytics tell me that less than 10% of my audience is females out there. So obviously they are extraordinarily attracted to me. This is before my time as the YouTuber that you see before you. This beautiful specimen of a weeb that attracts all types of females. Yes, back in my heyday, I tried to actually get girlfriends, and I was successful at times, but this one, it's something that I wake up to in the middle of the night, wondering why. Oh God, why did I do this? And I just felt I should share this all with you as a lesson. Something that even someone as beautifully attractive and as highly intellectual as me can possibly make mistakes talking to the opposite gender. Anyway, I was looking for another possible girlfriend that I would spend the rest of my life with, and I was at a party. I know, I went to a social gathering, the first mistake of a young male weeb. But I did it anyway, because the person that was there, the birthday person, was someone that I liked, and I was like, okay, let's go to this party, let's make it something spectacular and have a good time. During the conversations there, I met with another male weeb, and we got into the conversation of anime. And we were chatting it up, having a good time, broing it up. And then, unexpectedly, to the surprise of everyone in the room, the entire room went quiet, and this girl, she came up out of the blue, parted the sea like Moses out of there. And there she stood, looking directly at me, making eye contact, clearly intent and interested in what was going on. Because everyone knows when you talk anime in the middle of the room, that one closet weeb is out there listening, lurking, waiting for their chance to pounce upon that conversation to show their true skill and knowledge. She was at this moment that she wanted to pounce, and that was upon me. She came up, sashaying across the room, luscious brown hair, curling in the wind. It was indoors, but yes, there was wind indoors. You have to believe me. And she looked at us and she's like, do you like anime? Oh, this is it. This is my time to shine, Noble. This is the one chance that you get. The gods have smiled upon you. And I was like, yeah, I like anime. Oh, you're not just one of those Naruto fans, are you? Yes, obviously inside my head, I watched Naruto. In fact, Naruto is what led me down the path of weebdom full weebdom, I should say. I liked Hayata no Gotoku at the time, but I was binge watching Naruto and solely Naruto at that time. Even the fillers, I was knee deep in the fillers, and I was panicking at this moment because she labeled me precisely as for what I was. But I didn't want to show it because obviously lying is the best way to get females, and that's what I believed at the time. Sweating buckets that I was like, no. No, I watch other things, you know. You've heard of Hayata no Gotoku, right? I like that anime. That was really cool. A Cowboy Bebop. Yeah, Dragon Ball. Yeah, everybody likes that. And she bought it. She's like, oh, okay, good. All right. I like anime too. Oh, okay, we're having a good conversation here. Like, everything's good. And then in the back of my mind, I was feeling a little vindictive. I felt this surge, this evil, this primordial evil crawling out of the butthole. Yes, Noble, this is what you must do. This is what you must say, because you have obviously no other comprehension of anime besides Naruto and the one thing that I knew best at the time, off-brand anime. That's right, I was trying to steer this conversation towards off-brand, because that is what we must do in the face of a female weeb who might just be a casual. But no, this was coming out, and I couldn't stop it. She labeled me this. Maybe I can get a little bit back at her now after this nice conversation. I was like, wait a minute, you're a female weeb. And she's like, yeah, I like anime. You're not one of those yaoi fangirls, are you? I said smugly, thinking that, yeah, maybe this got her. And then she looked at me dead in my face with disgust and was just like, no, what? Why would you think that? And then she walked away, not to have another conversation with me. The immediate interest that she had, the twinkle in her eye, the ever so sparkle hope of a weeb actually finding love was gone at that moment, as she just absolutely disengaged from the conversation, disavowed me as a human being, and walked away, never to be seen again after that. And I knew at that point that I made a mistake. Sure, maybe I could have led the conversation on to something that I really didn't know, because Naruto was really all that I knew. Maybe I could have swayed it to like some other conversation that wasn't just anime at the time. Maybe my life would have been incredibly different. Maybe I wouldn't be a YouTuber that I am today. But for some reason, the noble inside of me got the best, and I decided to be vindictive a little bit, because she thought of me, and correctly, as a Narutard. I just thought maybe I could label her as something else. Maybe that would tick her off, and it did. It did tick her off. And then another time, I got to see her again at a later party. I tried to bring up the conversation of anime again. Oh, hey, you're watching anime still? And she just kind of glazed over me and just never talked to me. Like I was less than a person. Still, just that guy who labeled her as a yaoi fangirl, and maybe possibly I did get it right. Maybe she didn't want to admit. I could have been absolutely 100% correct that she did like that boys love out there. It would have just been awkward because she would have wanted to watch boys love and I would have watched Naruto. But fellas, when you actually meet that holy grail of a unicorn out there that is a female weeb and she shows interest in you and your conversation, take this lesson. Do not steer the conversation towards calling her a yaoi fangirl. It does not work out. And still to this day, when I'm awake at night trying to sleep, I still think back to that moment where I messed up and labeled her as a yaoi fangirl. And I thought, after all these years, I can finally get this out. I can finally slam it on the table and tell you the truth, that I was as suave as I once thought I was, that I too was an idiot. And the most hilarious part now, that I actually did finally manage to get a weeb girlfriend, actually several in the past. She, even after seeing me in my cosplay, seeing me being the randy weeb that I am, she accepted me for what I was, just a randy, thirsty weeb, but also very wholesome at the same time here, okay? I'm not always. I want to be happy too, all right? So maybe I wasn't a mistake. Maybe I did the right thing by calling her out, saying that maybe she did like Yao, and her being disgusted at it was the right move, because you shouldn't be disgusted at other people's hobbies, especially their off-brand hobbies. Everybody's got something that they want to get happy to with, you know? It shouldn't be bad of you to kink shame one another. The fact that she had the gall to get disgusted at maybe you fellow fangirls out there that enjoy the yaoi fandom, maybe you two sneer at her. Maybe it was good that we did this. We did the right thing. So yeah, maybe I'm not too embarrassed about this. Anyway, that's about all I have to say here. Hit like if you enjoyed this story. I'll see you next time.
You crazy mother...